We are here at Tasker Arena getting ready for the Hobbs Eagle pregame show, the district tournament championship here at Tasker. As Hobbs takes on Roswell, it will be the fourth time this season. Eagles with a 2-1 record after winning the pre-playoff game on Monday. And again, Roswell defeating Carlsbad. That was in the semifinals on Thursday to get into this championship game. So right now, it's going to be Hobbs and Roswell going head-to-head here in just a couple of minutes. We will start the pregame show momentarily. You're listening live to Hobbs Eagle Hoops on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. Coming up next. Welcome, everyone, to Tasker Arena. Time for Hobbs Eagle basketball. Live on the radio at Cool 95.7, on the internet, HobbsAmerica.com, the YouTube Hobbs Sports page, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. Ty Friend here with you tonight at Tasker. Allison Friend on camera and Jessica Friend on the scoreboard. Manuel back at the station, and we've got a big game coming up here as the Hobbs Eagles going to play the Roswell Coyotes for the district tournament championship. This will be the fourth time this season. Hobbs with a 2-1 record after winning in that pre-playoff game Monday, 76-68. So an 8-point victory to get that second win against the Roswell Coyotes. But again, going to be a tough ball game. Had some big battles throughout the head-to-head matches with these two teams. Hobbs currently ranked number 1 in the Max Preps poll, or number 2 in the Max Preps poll, and currently the Roswell Coyotes at number 4. And of course, tomorrow they will announce the seedings for the state tournament. Both these teams definitely going to be in that. The question is, can Hobbs hold on to the number 2 seed if they lose tonight? If they win, almost certainly going to have that number 2 spot, which would be good because that will split them off of Volcano Vista, who is currently number 1, put them on the bottom set of the brackets. If they ended up getting a lower seed, they might end up being in the top brackets, especially if it's a 3 seed, and Volcano Vista would be in that same side. So definitely would like to win this game and punch their ticket to that second spot. Roswell, of course, like we said, would make the tournament no matter what happens in this game tonight, but they would like to kind of improve their chances of getting a higher seed. They'll most for certainly have a home game next week. The top 8 will have those home bids on their court. So Hobbs will have a home game next week for sure. Great news, too, for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. They were victorious earlier tonight because with the big win over Clovis. Final score in that game was a mercy rule victory. It was 69-27. Lady Eagles winning by 42 in that one. Lots of girls making the first district team: Micaiah Mojica, Kendall Cunningham, Brent Hargrove, Ariana Armitage, and the MVP of the district was Brett Clay. So, again, great thing to see 5 players make it to the all-district team and that district tournament championship. Of course, Hobbs won the regular season with a 6-0 record. But the boys are ready for a battle here. We mentioned they played Monday night against the Roswell Coyotes, winning by 8 points. And what a breakout game for Jairus Turbiates. He's had several double-doubles on the season, but that was a big one with the point side especially. He had 29 points and 11 rebounds for that double-double. So definitely dumping him in big. He had 7 free throw attempts, made 3 of those. Those weren't the best numbers, but heck, double-double definitely trumps any free throw stats on the season. But really a big game for him. We were actually talking about that in the pregame show on Monday. It'd be nice to see him get the bigger scoring numbers, even though he's had several double-doubles. A lot of them have been in the low teens in terms of the scoring side, but the 29 definitely needed, especially with the absence of Peyton Hodge, who was out for the season. Other guys getting in double figures. This was a big-time scoring balance here. Braddock Beatty, his best scoring of the season, had 15 points, hit a tray for the Eagles, was also perfect 2 for 2 from the line, and had 4 rebounds. The thing about Beatty is, once you get your team into full defensive mode and get the transition game coming off steals, that's where he does his best, and you can see that with the numbers in that game with those 15 points, 4 rebounds. Right behind him, Parker Henderson, nice balanced game there. He ended up with 14 points and 7 rebounds. Now, he's got to be careful about the foul calls, though, or getting him on a little bit of a block stuff. He goes up and blocks shots and comes down sometimes on the offensive player, but he did block a 3-point shot late in the ball game. Carlsbad was down by 4. A 3 would have made it a 1-point deficit, but he blocked the shot regained the ball, got it up court for a layup, and the Eagles pretty much put the W in the book because of that blocked shot. Very gutsy with 4 fouls to do that, and a chance to make it a 4-point play if the shooter would have put it through the hole there, and a foul called on top of that. But a great game for Parker, 14 points, 7 rebounds once again. Abraham Pena, even though he doesn't have his biggest scoring night, he got 14 as well, did hit 1 tray, almost perfect from the free throw stripe, 5 of 6. But I love it when Pena is starting to rip the boards down too. He had 7 in that game, and quite a few of those in the first half. He was definitely trying to help out the team in all aspects of the contest. So he had 4 players in double figures. Although the turnovers were not a bright spot for the Eagles, they had 16, which is more than their season average, only 12 for Roswell in that loss for the Coyotes. Eagles went 10 of 15 from the charity stripe for 66%. Only hit 2 3-pointers in the ball game. Beatty hitting one of those, the other by Abraham Pena. But Hobbs, the biggest stat that you could look at besides the scoreboard was the rebounds. 34 to 24. And definitely a great job with Turbiantis getting that 11, 7 apiece for Pena and Henderson. Definitely a lot of people crashing the glass in that game. On the other side of the coin for Roswell, they had Jalen Cloud. He had 18 points, his best scoring against the Eagles this season. He was 7 of 12 from the charity stripe, hit a 3-pointer, and had 3 rebounds. And that's a trend that you're going to see with this Roswell Coyote team. They've got a lot of guys who will get to the line. They like to penetrate. They got some 3-point shooters as well, but if you get up in the air with them, they're going to the basket with it, and they're going to get a foul call on it. So Hobbs has better be careful about keeping a good defensive position and not get beat to the rack. So big game there for Cloud. Rylan Saraceno finished up with 16 points. He had 3 3-pointers in the game, was perfect on the line, 5 for 5. If there's any guy you got to keep a target on, that is Saraceno. Can hit it from the outside. Again, he's going to penetrate. He's going to get the free throw ops. Got to get a hand in his face so he doesn't have an easy follow-through for a tray. That was the 2 double-digit scores, but 3 other guys close behind. Zy Carrasco finished with 9 points, 2 trays, 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. Jeremy Sombrado hit 3 trays. All of his shots were from tray range. He had 9 points. And Jacob Palomino, the guy that shredded the Eagles in Roswell after they beat them up there by 10, he had 9 points, but he was 5 of 5 from the line. Only had 2 buckets in terms of scoring other than the free throws, and had 12 rebounds, though, really doing some glass work. He was a top rebounder for Roswell in that one. So 18 for Cloud, 16 Saraceno, 9 apiece for Carrasco and Palomino, the top scorers. Again, they had 4 less turnovers than the Eagles, which the average of the season has been Hobbs doing a better job of getting balls away from their opponents, not in that game on Monday. They shot 21 of 27 for the free throw line. That's 12 more free throw attempts than the Eagles. Definitely has been the situation all season long for the Eagles. Getting a lot of guys in foul trouble. They got to avoid that as we head on further in the playoffs. 3-point shots definitely in the pocket of the Coyotes. They had 9 compared to just 2 for the Hobbs Eagles. But again, they were out-rebounded by 10. Hobbs winning that battle 34-24. Eagles had a slight lead at the end of one, 16-13. We're up 38 to 29 at half, up by 9 as they outscored Roswell 22-16 in the second quarter. And they were up at the end of 3, 58 to 45. But in that quarter, it was 16 for Roswell and 20 for the Eagles. So second and third quarters, they were dominating in terms of point production. The final quarter, 76-68, the final on that, 18 for the Eagles, but 23 for Roswell. So they really got things going to that fourth quarter to kind of make it interesting there and get it down to a single-digit deficit and a loss, though. Hobbs getting that victory. So basically, this is going to be a all no-holds-barred type of situation tonight here at Task Arena. Although it is a road game for Roswell, again, they played the Eagles pretty close even in the neutral site in Carlsbad just a few days ago. So this is the championship game, district tournament action here at Task Arena. We will take a 2-minute break, come back with more of the Hobbs Eagle pregame show. You're listening live on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Welcome back to Task Arena District Tournament Championship Live. HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, Cool 95.7, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. As the Hobbs Eagles taking on the Roswell Coyotes. Eagles at 23-4 on the season, went 5-1 in district. Roswell 21-6. They were 5-1 in district. Of course, the Eagles won the pre-playoff game for the #1 seed here at the tournament. That was on Monday, 76-68. And Roswell winning their semifinal game Thursday as they trounced Carlsbad 86-45. It was a 41-point Mercy Roll victory in that contest for the Roswell High Coyotes. They got double digits from 4 different players, leading by big-time scoring in that game for Jeremy Sombrano, finished with 21 points. He had 3 trays in the contest and did not get a free throw that whole ball game, so that's kind of a difference for him, but still 21 dumping down there. Also big numbers for Ryland Saraceno, their normal culprits on offense. He had 4 3-pointers, so we're talking a combined 7 between Sombrano and Saraceno from the outside. Definitely deadly outside shooters between those two. Other scorers in double digits, that included Jalen Cloud. He had 12 points, including a tray in the game. And last but not least in the double numbers, it was Jacob Palomino who scored big against the Eagles. He had 11 points, did have a dunk in that ball game as well. And so he finished with doubles as well. And also on the free throw line, not as many as he normally gets, especially against the Eagles, but he was 5 of 7 from the charity stripe. Roswell went 11 of 16 from the line. They had 22-14 in terms of rebounds, 8 more than Carlsbad. Hit those trays, though, 8 3-pointers for Roswell. And for Carlsbad, it was 6 trays, and they had 7 less turnovers than Carlsbad, 15-22. And a big third quarter for Roswell. That's the big turning point of the game. They were 25-5 over Carlsbad, 20-point difference in the third to get the victory. Roswell, though, was not getting itself away from turnovers, though. In fact, they had 15 in that ball game, 5 in the second quarter alone. They're going to have to clean that up against the Eagles, but they really did a good job of shutting down the Carlsbad offense. In fact, they had at least 5 or more turnovers in every quarter of that ball game. In fact, 22 turnovers total, and 5 in the first quarter, second, third. They had 10 in the third and 2 in the fourth quarter. So lots of good defense being played by Roswell. And Carlsbad didn't get a lot of free throw attempts either. 3 of 7 made for the free throw line contest there for Carlsbad. So again, a big win for Roswell, 86-45 in that ball game. To get themselves here into this district tournament championship. Both teams are coming on the court. Roswell's already out in the baseline waiting, and Hobbs has just come out here to the Hobbs Eagle fight song. We mentioned the Eagles are #1, or maybe make it #2 in the Max Preps poll, and Roswell at #4. For your Hobbs Eagles in terms of scoring this season, leading scorer 17 for Abraham Pena. He's also leading three-point shooter at 45 this season. He has 33%, 1/3 of all the three-point shots on the team. So definitely it's a good stroke outside for him. Also in double digits on the average this season, Jairus Turbiatis averaging 10.9 a game. He's also the leading rebounder at 8.5 a contest. Parker Henderson averaging 9.7 points a game. He's averaging 7 rebounds a game, and he is second on the team on the glass. Lyric Soria is going to get a start tonight as well. He's averaging 4.2 points a game, second leading on the three-point shots with 26, so about 19% of the three-point shots converted by Lyric Soria. And, of course, another position that's been important for the Eagles at the guard, Braddock Beatty had that 16 against Roswell on Monday. He is averaging 4.5 a contest and 10 three-pointers. We're going to take a quick break and come back in 2 minutes here on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Hobbs Eagle fight song in the background here at Tasker Arena as the Hobbs Eagles get ready to play Roswell for the District Tournament Championship. Of course, the Eagles didn't get this far last year. In fact, Roswell knocked them out of the semifinals, and that was all she wrote. Eagles did not make the state tournament as well, so very important game here. Hobbs will host next week for sure, but they'd like to keep that second seed in tow there so they can keep the home court advantage at least next week, and then also be separate bracket from Volcano Vista, the number one team in the state. Now, the series against these two teams, both have played 3 times against each other. 2-1 record for Hobbs in that one. Jairus Turbiatis is averaging in 3 games against Roswell 18 points and 13 rebounds, a double-double average. Definitely deadly in there. Really had that breakout game on Monday as he got those 29 points and 11 rebounds. So he's definitely come on fire against Roswell, lifts up his game against the tougher competition, and definitely showing that against Roswell this season. Also scoring big for the Eagles so far, Abraham Pena, 21-point average in the 3 Roswell matchups, 90% from the free throw line. He's 9 of 10. So also getting 3.2 rebounds a game as well. He's definitely going to be one to look to. You combine Turbiatis and Pena together, that's 39 points and about 16 rebounds a game between the two. So definitely the 1-2 combination for Hobbs against Roswell this season. Parker Henderson averaging 11.3 points against Roswell a game. Also 4 rebounds. That number needs to come up a little bit, definitely in this championship game for district. Also has been having some foul trouble. He's had 4, 5, and 4 fouls in the 3 games prior to this one. So we don't want to have to keep worrying about him having to sit early, although he only fouled out one of those 3 times. It was getting close, and he had that big block for 3-point range against Carlsbad on Thursday, or make that Monday, against Roswell on Monday in Carlsbad. And so he's got to be careful about the foul trouble. If you're going to go up and swat a shot, do not come down with the tomahawk after that. Stay straight up, and you'll be okay. Mr. Beatty averaging 7.7 points a game against Roswell. He's perfect on the line, 2 for 2, and has hit a 3-pointer so far. And last but not least, the sophomore guard, Mr. Soria, he is averaging 5.7 points a game. He's perfect on the free throw line, 1 for 1, and has hit 3 trays against Roswell. Now, so far this season against the Coyotes, Pena's got 6 3-point shots converted, and so he's definitely a guy that can shoot it from the outside. We also mentioned the 3 from Soria, the guys have been hitting from the outside against the Coyotes. But a lot of guys have been stepping up for Roswell. They've got a ton of people. Jalen Cloud averaging 13.3 points a game. It's Sombrano averaging 14 points a game for Roswell against the Eagles. And Palomino, number 2 in the scoring column, at 16.5 a game. And Saraceno is currently the leader at 17.3. He's got 8 trays against the Eagles so far, so if anybody needs a target, it's him. He's also getting close to perfect on that charity stripe, 13 of 15 for 86%. He can shoot from the outside, he can go to the rack. Eagles got to play some D on Saraceno, but they got a ton of guys, 4 in fact, that are scoring in double figures. The question mark is the Roswell Coyote bench, so they're definitely going to have to step it up to help out the cause there. We should also mention with Palomino, who's averaging 16.3 a game, a majority of his points are coming from the free throw stripe. He is 32 of 36 from the free throw line. 32 of his 49 total points against the Eagles have been free throws. That should give you a clue. He's getting the line quite a bit. It's ready for the jump ball here. Jalen Cloud, Zy Carrasco, Jeremy Sombrano, Jacob Palomino, and Rylan Saraceno for Roswell. And the tip for the Eagles into the backcourt, Parker Henderson. He gets it into Pena and to Soria at the time stripe. Over to Beatty on the right wing, cross-courted over left side. Historia returns to Beatty, right wing, to move the zone of the Coyotes. Dumps it in high post right. Pena fires a jumper, in and out, no good. Ball tipped around, brought down to the right block for Roswell. First rebound of the game for Zy Carrasco. Sends it ahead the time stripe near left side to Sombrano. Bounce pass to the left corner to Carrasco. Drives the lane. Double clutch rejected by Henderson. Rebound by Soria. He'll bring it in the front court. One hands it off to the right wing to Beatty, but it's stolen back. Taken in the passing lane by Sombrano, the Eagles' first turnover. Throws it ahead to a breaking Palomino. To the pass to the left wing to Sombrano. Goes to the rack, rejected again by Henderson. 2 block shots. Pulled down by Pena, into the front court, over to Beatty, left corner, for 3, in and out. Tipped up by Soria over the front of the rim. Can't get it to drop after a second rebound. Chased down in the deep left corner by Jalen Cloud. Throws it across the timeline to Sombrano. Drives the lane. Hook shot on the right wing. Comes off the back of the rim. Rebound by Henderson for the Eagles. Gives it off to Soria on the near sideline backcourt. Back deep to Pena. Getting some direction now from Coach Ross. Ross is pulling his shirt out with his fingertips there as the pass comes across the timeline to Beatty on the left wing. Still scoreless. Back over to Pena, right side. Fakes it 3. Drives to the right elbow. Shot in the way and good this time. Puts it through. Abraham Pena with the first bucket of the contest. Eagles are averaging 78.7 points a game against Roswell, 73.3 for the Coyotes, 5 less. 3 at the other end, left corner, in and out for Carrasco. Rebound for Henderson, his second. Outlet to Pena on the near side. He'll bring it across, slowing it down, up top to Turbiatis, to Soria, left corner, back to Turbiatis, left in the lane, dribbles through 2 defenders, up top to Pena. He'll back it out to set up the offense against a 2-3 zone. Down to Soria in the left corner. Passes it to Beatty, left block, high shot, the arch off the middle of the glass and in the hole. Beatty puts it down. Eagles up early, 4-0. The inbound to the timeline, brought across by Cloud. Zings it down left corner to Carrasco. Back door, good man in the passing lane there. Soria to punch it out to the baseline underneath the hoop. It'll go back to Roswell. Coyotes trying to move the ball pretty quickly. Eagles have out-rebounded Roswell 87-65. 22 more rebounds in those 3 contests prior. The pass will be back deep on the inbound to Sombrano near the time stripe. Gets a screen up top from Palomino. Lost the ball at the free throw line, stolen by Soria. That's turnover number 1. Throws it ahead to Beatty, reverse layup on the right side and scores. We talked about that in the pregame show. You get some good D and the transition, that's what Beatty does best. 6-0 Eagles, their biggest lead of the contest. Here comes the Coyotes, breaking pressure in the front court. With the dribble up the far right sideline, Palomino. Up top to Carrasco, swing it left to Cloud. Gets the screen, doesn't use it. Dribbles left corner, baseline. Bounce pass right corner to Sombrano. Dribbles into the lane, dumps it left corner to Cloud. Keeps it left side to Saraceno. Drives the rack, lost the ball going up, hit by Henderson out of bounds. He's got to be careful. Came up over the shoulder that time from behind to try to block it, and could have had a body foul on that one, but escapes without a call. Roswell basketball on the right baseline. Inbound right corner to Saraceno. Keeps it right side to Cloud. Dumps it to the right elbow. Back it out with the dribble, Palomino. Returns to Cloud, top of the circle after a screen. Stop and go. Unloads to Carrasco, left wing. Back up top to Palomino. Drives with a hippity hop in the paint. Fakes it with a head shot and then lost the ball. It's lost. Pena will steal it from the far left sideline. Turner number 2. Underhands the pass up court to Soria, right block. Down low to Turbiatis, reverse layup on the left side. Eagles are in a rout early, 8-0 over Roswell, thanks to the D and the transition game. 4:50 left first quarter, timeout Roswell. Fans are on their feet at Tasker, 8-0 Hobbs, back in 30 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Eagles up big here early in the first quarter. District Tournament Championship over Roswell, 8-0. Eagles have a couple of buckets from Beatty off transition, a bucket apiece for Pena and Turbiatis. We mentioned the Eagles have the advantage in scoring in this series, 78-73, 87-65 on rebounds by 22. Eagles shooting 78% from the free throw line. Only have shot 37 free throws against Roswell. Coyotes have shot 88 free throws. Can you believe that? 51 more free throws than the Eagles, and at 79.5%. That is a big advantage there. Couple of passes across the timeline. Driving to the right corner, but losing the basketball was Sombrano, picked away by Soria. That's turner number 3. Into the front court to Turbiatis. Hippity hop, tries to go to the rack, lost it in the air. Rebound for Roswell on the right block, Carrasco. He'll send it ahead to Sombrano, left wing, goes back door with the pass, wide open for the layup. Here's Saraceno, the first score of the game for Roswell. 8-2, Eagles by 6. 2-1 series, Hobbs with the 2 wins so far. As Pena will bring it across the top line. A 1-1-3 now zone in the half court. Unload to Beatty on the left wing, taking on Cloud to the left corner. Dumps it into Henderson, left block. Over to Turbiatis, right wing, up top to Pena. Fakes a tray, drives down the lane, leads and shoots the middle of the paint and puts it through. Pena with 2 buckets, tying up Beatty with 4 points apiece. Eagles back up by 8. To the other end, pass down to Saraceno, right corner, fadeaway 3. Henderson tried to get a block way deep in the corner, but couldn't get it. 5 points for Saraceno after a made tray. It's 10-5 Eagles doubling up the Coyotes. Pena in the front court gets a screen for Henderson, right wing. Gives it back to Henderson. He's going to take a dribble to the right block. Goes to the rack, leads it up in the front of the rim, no good. Chased down to the right corner. Pulled down by Carrasco, his 3rd rebound. Throws it across to Sombrano, top of the arc. To the right wing, driving baseline, Palomino underneath the hoop. No-look pass down the paint to Carrasco, rejected by Henderson. We talked about that in the pregame. You good block up top, but then he comes down with the hand and gets the foul call. That'll be Henderson's first personal, first team foul. And that'll put Roswell on the line for the first time in the ball game. Coyotes, we mentioned, 29 of 37 against the Eagles on the free throw line this season. That is 70 of 88. 70 of 88 from the free throw line for 79.5%. Again, that's 51 more free throws than the Eagles. I can't even believe that number on paper. So a couple of free throws here. First shot is up, and it is bouncing around the rim and good. First free throw good for Carrasco. Roswell now 1 for 1. We mentioned Eagles at 29 of 37 for 78%. So a little bit lower on the percentage, but some good numbers for Hobbs, well above their season average on the charity stripe, which they're at 67%. That's 11% better in district, or against district opponents at least. Second shot coming for Carrasco, up and good. Bounced around the rim a little bit. 10-7 now as Roswell starts to pull back into this one. Pass to tap court to Clay, who just checked in, to Henderson. Hernandez in the right corner, another sub. Up top to Beatty. Fakes a pass left, drives the lane. Arching, he was going to shoot, decided to dump to Turbiatis, left baseline. Leads his shot from the left side. They're going to call a push-off on Turbiatis. Said he kind of shoved off as he went to the rack that time. Ball was kind of thrown behind him, though. They're going to call the foul on him. That's where the Eagles start to get into trouble with these close calls, and you don't want to get guys in foul trouble. 10-7 the score. Hobbs with 2 fouls to nothing is the count. Inbound to the far right sideline to Sombrano in the backcourt. He loses the ball as he gets double-teamed by Pena and Turbiatis on that far left sideline. Eagles ball in the front court now. That's the 4th Roswell turnover. Their problem has been rebounding against the Eagles, but now they've got double up on the turnovers. Pena inbound. They got 4 boxes covered in the paint. The Eagles inbound play. Get into Turbiatis, but got swiped away. Saved on the baseline for Roswell by Saraceno. Eagles' 3rd turnover. Throws it across the time stripe to Palomino. Drives to the right elbow, spins, fakes a shot, bounce pass, left block to Cheadle. Cheadle comes down the lane, and he gets stripped by Turbiatis for turnover number 5. He'll jump into the front court on a 2-on-3 to the left baseline, spins, ducks down, throws a shot up in the left block, and off the glass and good. It's toilet bowling through for 2. Turbiatis at 4 points. Brady, Pena, and Turbiatis all with 2 buckets apiece. 12-7. Pass up court to Cheadle. Throws it to the right corner. Stolen away by Turbiatis. Nice job for Pena to get a touch on it. 6 Roswell turnovers, and Coach Ross wants a timeout. He wants this lead to get extended past 5. He wants the offense to be effective on this series. 2:39 left here in the first. Hobbs 12, Roswell 7. Back in 30 right here on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, and YouTube. Back here in first quarter action, District Tournament Championship, Task Arena. Eagles up 5, 12-7. Their biggest lead has been 6 here in the first quarter. In this season of games between these two teams, 3 apiece, or 2-1, Hobbs leading the series. Hobbs has had 44 turnovers, and the Roswell Coyotes at 41, so 3 less than the Eagles, but right now they've got 3 more than the Eagles in this game. Beatty comes down the lane, backdoor to Turbiatis after the timeout, lays it in off the glass. He's got 6 points here in the first quarter. 14-7, biggest lead for Hobbs. Going to the other end, a scoop shot, miss off the glass by Carrasco. Loose on the baseline, Pena driving for it, and finally gets it. He gets the rebound, that's his first. 2:10 left here in the quarter. Hobbs up by 7, doubling up on Roswell. Soria comes down the lane after a pass in the right wing and lost his footing, travel. Pena tried to pull the reins back and say slow down, but a little too late. Hobbs picking up their 4th turnover. Roswell has really dominated, though, in 3-point shots. They've had 28 in the prior 3 games, 14 for the Eagles, so doubling up on the 3-point production against Hobbs. In fact, 38% of their points has been from 3-point range. Hobbs, 17%. So they really like to stroke that outside shot against the Eagles in those 3 previous. Into the front court, Saraceno with the ball left wing. Dumps it down left corner to Barola. Back to Saraceno. To the left corner to Barola again. Fadeaway 3. Doesn't hit rim. Rebound right block. Missed off the right side of the iron by Saraceno. And a late whistle. Saraceno kind of volleyballed it toward the hoop. And they call the foul on the Eagles. Actually going to call that against... I guess it's going to be against Beatty, his first. And that actually the shooter I thought it was going to be wasn't. It was not Martinez. It's going to be instead Jacob Palomino. So he'll get 2 free throws. Palomino against the Eagles on the free throw line, if you can believe it, 32 of 36 in those 3 games. And he makes that one there. In fact, we mentioned this in the pregame show too. 32 of his 49 points against Hobbs this season prior to this game. 65% of the points from the free throw line, more than half. Second free throw, though, off the back of the rim. No good rebound for Hernandez underneath the hoop. That's his first board. He'll take a dribble up to the left side of the court, into the front side, give it off to Clay on the left wing. Up top to Hernandez, swing it right to Beatty. He's going to spot up a 3 on the rainbow jumper, in and out of the right side. Loose in the paint and ripped down hard by Saraceno, his second rebound. Dribbles and bounce passes to Cloud on the far right. He'll bring it across uncontested. To the front of the arc to Palomino. Underhands it back to Cloud behind him. Stop and go dribble to the rack. Windmill layup left side. Misses out the front of the rim. Ball's loose on the left side. Picked up by Saraceno, his third. Fadeaway jumper from the left corner. I think they got Clay first with a push-off before he got the chance to shoot. So Clay will pick up the foul. That's his first. Third team foul against the Eagles. Make it the 4. 4-0 foul count now. Now the shooting foul on that one. On the near left sideline in front of the Hobbs Eagles student section, the inbounder will be Saraceno. He'll get it into the timeline to Jalen Cloud, guarded by Clay. Clay versus Cloud. Drives the lane on the hippie hop. Bounced it off his own chin, and it goes out of bounds. Cloud got too high of a dribble and got a big shot to the chin, and it knocked out, so that'll be another turnover. 7 turnovers for Roswell, 4 for the Eagles. Eagles by 6. Beatty with the basketball on the far left against the trap in the backcourt. Cross court to Pena right, across the timeline to Clay. On the right wing, double team, returns it back to Pena at the time stripe. Dumps it down right corner, Hernandez. Drives baseline right side. Bounce it off to Wheeler on the left block, who just checked in. Spins, scoop shot over the front of the rim, no good. Beatty with the rebound on the right block. Fade away, misses the bottom of the backboard, and rebound underneath by Saraceno, his 4th. Outlet to the far right sideline to bring it across. Palomino, top of the circle, to the free throw line. No look pass left wing to Barola. Kick it back deep to Cloud at the time stripe. 35 seconds left first quarter. No look pass to the right wing to Saraceno. Dribbles into Clay. Returns to the timeline to Barola. Lefty dribble. Back to the Hobbs Eagle mascot. Hand it off to the right side to Cloud. He's going to spot up a 3. Nobody guarding him. Off the back of the rim, no good. Hernandez with his second rebound, right block. Goes ahead to Pena on the right wing front court. He'll back it out. Dribbles to his legs at 15. Bad bounce pass up top. Saved by Clay. He comes down the lane with the runner shot. Countered over the rim and score it. And a chance for a 3-point play on the foul. So Clay has his first bucket. Got cut and trapped and lead into 3 defenders. Good touch on the basketball that time and put it through. The foul's going to be against. Looks like they charged that one to Josh Martinez, his first. Just the first team foul, 4-1 foul count as Clay heads to the line. First free throw for the Eagles in the game. 2 for 2 against Roswell as Clay perfect in the season. And 61% overall for the season for Clay as he nails the free throw. Clay with 3 points. Hobbs 1 for 1 from the line. Their biggest lead now is 9, 17-8. Into the front court comes Cloud on the right wing as he hands it off to Saraceno. Drives the top of the arc, a 2-second shot. It's going to get blocked and go out of bounds as Clay gets a hand on it to end the quarter. Your Hobbs Eagles have their biggest lead here in the District Tournament Championship, 17-8 over Roswell. We'll be back in 60 seconds live on the Hobbs Eagle Network. We start the second quarter here at Hobbs Tasker Arena. Your Hobbs Eagles leading Roswell at the end of one, 17-8. Roswell's top scorer is Ryland Saraceno with 5 points. He's got 2 buckets, the only scoring in terms of shots besides free throws. And for the Hobbs Eagles, 6 for Turbiantis, 4 apiece for Payne and Beatty, and 3 points for Clay. 17-8, Hobbs by 9. Roswell basketball, pass to the right wing to Saraceno. Underhands it up top to Cloud. Dumps it off left wing to Palomino. Drives baseline, leads and shoots. Gets rejected by Henderson, and it goes out of bounds. That's his third block of the ball game. So a great job for Henderson so far of keeping on top of the basketball. He had a fourth block, but it was a foul called after that. Inbound to the left wing to Cloud. Zings it down left corner. Saved by Sombrano to himself. Returns to Cloud. Drives the left elbow. Leads and shoots to the runner down the lane off the back of the rim. Tipped in the air. Pulled down by Turbiatas on the right block. Back to Pena, back deep. Both teams had 8 rebounds in the first quarter. Hobbs with only 4 turnovers, 7 for Roswell. Into the front court off to Soria. Crossover move, gets a little trouble there on D by Sobrano, drives the lane, shot for the right elbow. Actually, it was a pass instead. Going up strong with it is Henderson on the right block and scores. So Henderson with his first bucket, he's got 2, 19-8. Eagles had their biggest lead of 11. Into the front court, pass down the left corner to Carrasco, drives baseline. No-look pass to the free throw line, picked up by Pena. Turner number 8, he gets stripped hard by Cloud at the timeline. You can tell there's frustration on the court now for Roswell, shaking their heads after every play. And 8 turnovers so far. Foul going to be called on Palomino, his first. That'll be the first team foul here in the second quarter. Roswell in that first quarter, 3 of 4 from the line for 75%. Eagles 1 for 1. Pena comes in the front court off the dribble, hands it off to Clay, up top to Soria, back at the timeline now. Dribbles left, hand off to Pena on the far left sideline. He's going to go an NBA 3 distance, in and out, no good. Underneath the hoop, waiting for it, Saraceno with his 5th board. He's going to take it himself down the middle of the lane, kick right to Sombrano, and he fires a 3. They had 8 against the Eagles on Monday. Better be careful. That's their second tray of the ball game, and the first for Sombrano, his first points, 19-11. Eagles by 8. Payne in the front court, drives left block, gets double teamed, hit hard up in the air. They're going to say it was a hand in the back. He hits the floor hard on his hip, and they'll call that a shooting foul. So Roswell gets the foul against Cloud, his first, second team foul, and Payne will get the shoot 2 on this one. This will be only the second attempt for the Eagles. Pena against Roswell, 9 of 10 in the 3 games prior, 90%. And for the season from the charity stripe, 84%, 75 of 89. This will be his 90th free throw of the season, and I say that, and he misses it off the front of the rim. Shut my mouth. So Hobbs now 1 of 2 from the line, still leading by 8, though, 19-11. 5 o'clock. Second shot, another miss for Pena. Don't see that very often. Pulled down at the free throw line by Sombrano. Pass over the far right to Palomino. Up top in the front court to Carrasco. Sends it to the right corner. Cloud fumbles it. Stolen by Soria as he underhands it back deep to Pena. Turnover number 9 for Roswell. Pena in the front court off the dribble. To the left wing. Crossover. Gets a screen from Henderson. Back deep to Clay. He wants to set up the offense. Number 2 back at the Hobbs Eagle logo, middle of the court. Good patience for the guard. Slings it over to Soria. Fakes a 3 on the left wing. Crossover. Backs up and shoots the tray off the back of the rim. Eagles are shooting way too far out with no rebounding. Pulled down by Roswell underneath by Palomino. In the front court, hippity hop. Reverse layup right and scores off the glass. Eagles got to get back on that transition defense. Palomino leads both teams now with 7 points. 19-13, here come the Eagles. Payne in the front court. Over to Soria, right wing. His 3, air ball. Put back up by Henderson. They're going to call a body over the back, though. He banged into his guy underneath him. That was Carrasco, and gets the foul. Did put a nice touchback on that shot on the left glass, but the foul called. That'll be his second. The first team foul against the Eagles. Can't fault him for that one. He got up high off the floor and just extended his arms, but the hips in the back of Carrasco. 19-13. Is the score. Hobbs by 6. Their lead at half, or at the end of the first, was 9. So Roswell winning the way. They have scored 5-2 in this second quarter. Pass over to the right wing by Saraceno to the top of the arc. Gives it to the right corner. Faking a shot, Martin. He'll hold on the ball. Returns it back deep, far right sideline to Saraceno. Up top to Sombrano, back it up to the timeline, stop and go against Beatty, gets bumped, stops to the left block on the brakes, puts it back up top for a 3 for Saraceno, clinks out the front of the rim, rebound at the half free throw line by Beatty. Beatty in the front court, left wing, crossover move, alley-oop back door to Henderson, couldn't come down with it, tries to save it on the right baseline, and Turbiatas tried to drag it down on the near sideline but could not get a grasp on it. So Henderson kind of fumbling that entry pass down to the right block, and that'll be the Eagles' 5th turnover. 19-13, Hobbs still leading by 6. A bit of a cushion here, but not with the Roswell team that can shoot the tray. Coming across the timeline is Sombrano. Unloads to the right wing to Saraceno. Pivoting, good D by Soria. Bad pass to the far right, stolen by Clay. Turner number 10. Clay goes back door to Soria, misses the scoop shot. Put back up by Beatty on the right side, can't get it to drop. In the lane, pulling it down to Saraceno, and they call Henderson with a reach foul. Or no, maybe they didn't. Oh, they called on Soria instead. It looked like Henderson was going to call. Now the referee is telling Henderson to calm it down. He was jumping in the air thinking he got the foul call. So he gets dodges a bullet on that one as they called on Soria instead. That's just his second team foul. Soria's going to take a seat. Hobbs not doing a good job on the offensive boards right now as Roswell using their butts to a good effect on the defensive side. Jalen Cloud will get the inbound. 2 fouls apiece for these teams. Passing the front court right wing to Sombrano. Bounce it to the right block to Saraceno. Returns right wing to Sombrano for 3 and swishes it right side. His second tray of the game, third for the Coyotes. That's how they get back in games, 19-16. Hobbs up by a tray now with 4:20 left first half. In the front court is Pena. High post pass to the left side of the free throw line, and Henderson turns and shoots off the glass and banks it through. The big man can shoot the J. All 4 of his points in the second quarter, 21-16. Nice job to put that one through the hole. Into the front court, Carrasco. He'll fire a 3 up top, clinks out the back of the rim, chased down by Pena in the far left, his second rebound. Into the front court, 2-on-4, dribbles to the right wing and backs it out. Sends it back deep to Henderson underneath the hoop, comes down with it, lost the ball at the baseline, and they're going to call it out of bounds. Looked like a Roswell kid was on his back, butt on the line and touching part of the ball, and that was Carrasco sprawled out. So they're going to give that ball to the Eagles underneath their hoop. Up by 5 with 3:51 remaining. Clay's going to take a breather, and on the court for the first time tonight, Amari McGahey. Inbound to Henderson, right elbow, gets it into Pena. Little windmill layup right side, no good. Goes back up a second time for the right spot again and puts it through. Pena now with 6 points and 3 boards. 23-16, Eagles by 7. Coming across the timeline is Cloud. Gives it up top to Carrasco. Back to Cloud on the left wing. Kicks it left side to Carrasco. To the left elbow to Palomino. Bad pass in the left corner, stolen by McGahey. Turnover number 11. Here come the Eagles. Over to Pena far left. 3:20 left in the half. To the top of the arc. NBA 3 on the way and swish it home. Pena got the defense flat-footed that time. First tray of the game for Pena and the team. And the Eagles now up by 10. That is their second biggest lead in the first half. Into the front court, unload to Sombrano, right wing. Far sideline. Dumps it down to the right corner to Palomino. Spins, kick it back corner. Again to Barola. Drives baseline, pivots, looking for help. Actually, that's Anaya. Over to left wing to Cloud. Cloud gets a double team. He was going to pass and tried to pivot, slid the pivot foot. Good double pressure on McGahey and Beatty on the left wing to get the travel. And that's 12 now for Roswell on the turnovers. Coach Barola shaking his head, has to go back to his bench and return Saraceno to the lineup, who leads the team with 7 points. Hobbs up by 10, 26-16, 2:55 left, second quarter, District Tournament Championship here at Tasker Arena. Inbound to Payne in the backcourt. McGahey, Turbiatis, Beatty, and Henderson on the floor for the Eagles. Payne comes across the timeline on the near side, screen up top from Henderson. Drives left elbow, turns and fires a J. Hits high off the back of the rim and goes in the air, pulled down in the left block by Saraceno, his 7th rebound. Comes across the timeline, top of the circle. Gives off to Cloud right wing. Dumps it down right corner to Sombrano. Backs it out to the far right sideline. One-hand bounce pass up top to Carrasco. To the left wing to Cloud for 3 over the rim, no good. Rebound on the right baseline, though, by Saraceno, his 8th rebound. Sends it back to the right wing to Sombrano. Coming behind him to get the ball, Saraceno on the right side. Back up top to Sombrano. Coming out to DeVitimus, painting out the time stripe. Gives it off to Cloud on the left wing. Beatty on his shorts now. A screen coming from Carrasco. Gives it back to Carrasco, top of the arc. Over to Cloud on the left wing. Zigs it down, left block. Quick shot by Gonzalez out the back of the rim. Turbiatis rips it down underneath the hoop and gets fouled. His second board. They call the foul. The guy that missed the shot, Isaac Gonzalez, his first, 3rd team foul. Hobbs basketball with 2:03 left in the half. Coach Ross pulled Payne to the baseline, had some words for him in the backcourt about the offensive set here, with the Eagles up by 10. Payne taking his time now, man-to-man defense for Roswell. Sends it up top of the arc, high jump for Turbiatis, sets up to Henderson, right block, turns and fires a shot, a mid-side hook. He is pushed hard, getting through 2 defenders and fouled. Ball clinked off the bottom of the rim, but he'll get 2 free throws. Back-to-back fouls on Gonzalez, who's giving up a bunch of size. He's only 5'8", trying to guard Mr. Henderson at 7 foot. So Henderson will get a chance for his first free throws of the game. Against Roswell, he has not shot a free throw in the contest, or in the 3 before this one. And for the season, he is shooting at 57%. First free throw is up and good. Henderson all 5 of his points here in the second quarter. Leading scorer so far is Pena with 9. 6 for Turbiatis, all coming in the first quarter though, and 5 for Henderson. He's going to try to tie up Turbiatis with his free throw. Second shot is up, off the back of the rim, no good. Pulled down by Beatty at the free throw line. He dumps it out to Pena, left wing, on a bank shot for three off the left side. He wanted the foul too, not going to get that, but he's getting his second tray here in this second quarter. And Beatty with his fourth rebound, just like the last game. 30-16, Eagles had their biggest lead at 14. On the right wing, looking for some help, is Sobrano. Back deep to Cloud at the timeline. Kick it left corner to Saraceno. Fades a three and swishes it. His second tray of the game. That's the fourth tray for the Coyotes. It's an 11-point Eagle lead, 30-19. Clock to 1:20 left first half. Slowing it down is Payne in the front court. He's going to get a fake screen from McGay. He gets the pass instead of the left wing to Beatty, left side as well. Drives baseline. 15-footer fade away off the side of the iron, no good. Rebound on the paint. In transition, is Gonzalez. Goes backdoor, scoop shot, missed by Sombrano right side. Rebound by Pena here in the deep right corner. That's Pena's fourth board. He slows it up in the backcourt, looking back at Coach Ross on the baseline. At the time stripe, throws a high one across to Turbiantes. He has to tip it over to Beatty. Gets it back to Turbiantes on the right elbow. Tries to drive through Carrasco. He strips it from him. 6 turnover. Carrasco gets it down court to Cloud. Double clutch off the left glass on the layup and scores. His first bucket off the turnover. 30-21, a 9-point Eagle lead. 35 seconds left, second quarter. Hobbs getting a little bit out of sync the last possessions, and now Pena going to set up the offense. Throws it across to McGay in the front court. Uses a few dribbles, bounces it up top to Beatty. Pivots and unloads to Pena in the far left. 20 seconds left in the half. Screen coming from Henderson. Dribbles top of the circle. One hands over to Beatty right side. Fakes a three. Drives the lane. Over to McGay right corner. Goes baseline. Gets it stripped from behind. Picked up by Saraceno. Turner number 7. Eagles having some trouble setting up the O. Across the timeline to Carrasco with 6. Up top to Saraceno with 3. 2. Misses the 3 out the front of the rim. Rebound top of the arc. Going to shoot at 15 is Gonzalez and misses off the front right rim. No good on that one. And the Hobbs Eagles holding on to a 9-point lead at the half. 30-21. We will take a 3-minute break and come back with a Hobbs Eagle halftime show here at the District Tournament Championship at Task Arena. Stay with us on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Back here at halftime, the District Tournament Championship live on HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, the Cool 95.7 Facebook page, and on the radio at Cool 95.7. Ty Friend with you. Jessica Friend on scoreboard, Allison Friend on the camera tonight, and, of course, Manuel back at the station. We will be back with you next Saturday as the Hobbs Eagles will host the first round of the state tournament. That is round one. And then, of course, quarterfinals, semifinals, and hopefully finals at the state tournament there in Albuquerque, all at the pit the following week. Tomorrow at 5 o'clock, New Mexico Activities Association will start announcing all the seedings for all the divisions in the state basketball tournament. Of course, we already know the two teams playing tonight, Hobbs and Roswell, will be in. And more than likely, both teams will have a number one home game. Of course, Hobbs at the number 2 slot in the Max Preps and Roswell at number 4. So more assuredly, those two teams will have a good chance to have some home contests. Also going on, too, if you look at some of the games of common opponents this season, both teams, Hobbs and Roswell, played the number 1 squad, Volcano Vista. Hobbs only lost by 7 at the APS Metro tournament. Roswell lost by 26. So that gives you a little bit of a kind of a comparison there about the competition level. The Hobbs Eagles can play their game. They definitely have an advantage over Roswell. Some other common opponents of note, including a couple of games the Eagles had against Cleveland. They beat them by 5 at the Hobbs Holiday Tournament and then lost by 9 on the road in Rio Rancho against Cleveland. Roswell, though, lost by 15, so another positive advantage for common opponents with the Hobbs Eagles on that one. Hobbs beat Rio Rancho, who's ranked, by 20, and Roswell only beat them by 3. Now, the big discrepancy is Las Cruces High. Eagles blew them out twice by 30 points, and so they definitely had their number, and then 39 as well. Roswell got beat by Las Cruces, and they lost by 11 to the Dogs. So I don't know if Las Cruces is going to make the tournament. They're one of those bubble teams right now, but still. All those three opponents that those two teams have faced this season, Hobbs and Roswell, all advantages for the Eagles in those games. Let's look at the points in the first half. First for the Roswell Coyotes, they have one in double digits. That is Rylan Saraceno, who is hovering around a double-double right now. He's got 10 points, 8 rebounds, and has a tray in both quarters. So Hobbs got to keep an eye on him in the second half. He's one of their top scorers on the season against the Hobbs Eagles, especially as Saraceno, so far with the 3 games prior to this one, has been averaging 17.3 points a game and led the team with 8 3-pointers in those 3 previous games. Jeremy Sombrano, all his points coming on trays, but both in the second quarter. He's got 6 points, did not score in the first quarter. Jalen Cloud has a bucket for 2. Zy Carrasco 2 for 2 on the line for 2 points. And Jacob Palomino went 1 of 2 for 1 point. Roswell is 3 of 4 for the charity stripe for 75%. Their problem was turnovers in the first half. They finished up with 12 and had 4 3-pointers compared to 2 for the Eagles. 15 rebounds in the first half. Hobbs had 24, so they had the advantage in terms of the glass work. And for the Hobbs Eagles, already in double digits, Abraham Pena, 12 points, and 8 of those coming in the second quarter thanks to 2 trays. Pena also with 4 rebounds. That's been a good trend for Abraham. He's starting to go on the glass work, too, to help out his team. 6 points for Jairus Turbiatas. All 3 of his buckets in the first quarter, did not score in the second. Also had 2 rebounds. It was Parker Henderson with 5 points. He went 1 of 2 from the line and had 2 boards. Braddock Beatty with 4 points, but more importantly, 4 rebounds. So good consistency with the Eagles, and especially after that game on Monday where he had 16 points and a whole handful of rebounds as well. Finished with 4 in that game. Josiah Clay coming off the bench in the second quarter. He was 3 points, 1 for 1 on the free throw line on an and 1. The Eagles have had 5 scores in the first half. They've had 5 less turnovers than Roswell with 7 compared to 12. 2 less 3-point shots, 2 to 4. But again, we mentioned they out-rebounded Roswell 24 to 15, so 9 better than their counterparts. So that's the numbers in that first half. Oh, by the way, Hobbs with 2 for 5 free throw shooting for 40%. So definitely got to improve on those numbers. Not a lot of free throw attempts, but that has been the situation for much of the season. So we got a score at halftime. Hobbs 30, Roswell 21 here at the District Tournament Championship on HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, the Cool 95.7 Facebook page, and the radio Cool 95.7. We're going to take another 90-second break and come back with second half action on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Getting ready for third quarter action here at Tasker Arena, District Tournament Championship game. Hobbs Eagles already racked up the regular season championship after winning Monday in that pre-playoff game as they knocked off Roswell 76-68. 2 wins and 1 loss against Roswell this season. Again, the Hobbs Eagles led in scoring by Peña's 12 in the first half, 6 for Turbiatis, 5 for Henderson. And for Roswell, Saraceno leads with 10. And boy, their starters are really below their season averages against the Eagles. Cloud averaging 13.3 against Hobbs. He only has 2 in this game. Sombrano averaging 14 in the season against Hobbs. He only has 6 in this game. And also the big difference, too, Saraceno averaging 17.3 right now with this 10, so he's in the ballpark there. But Palomino's the guy that's way below his average, 16.5 right now with just 1 point. He had 36 free throws in 3 previous games on the attempts. Eagle basketball to start the third. Beatty down to Henderson on a double team left block. Gives back to Beatty left corner. Same side as Soria. Fakes a 3. Drives the left elbow. Throws him a shot. Gets bumped to the foul. Little late whistle there. Coach Ross, the 4th official, jumping out of the baseline. Got the call he wanted. And Soria hit hard on his butt as he was knocked backwards a bit. They call the foul against Saraceno, his first. For the game, there was 4 fouls in the first half for Roswell and 6 for the Eagles as Soria will step up. Trying to get his first points in the ball game. Soria is 1 for 1 in the series against Roswell. Now make it 2 for 2 as he makes that one. On the season from the charity stripe, the sophomore 55% or 56% prior to that last free throw. Hobbs now is 3 for 6, 50%, and makes them both as Soria now 4 for 7 are the Eagles, up by 11. Their biggest lead was 14 in the first half, 32-21. Long pass up court to the left wing to Crosco. Tries to send it to the right corner, cross court, and sails it out of bounds. Roswell now with their 13th turnover of the ball game. Inbound to Peña. Defender will wait for him at the timeline. That is Jalen Cloud. Peña will bring it across, untouched, gives to Henderson right wing. Dumps it up top to Turbiatis, spins left, and it continues the pass over to Peña right wing. Fakes a 3. Over to Soria left wing, zigs it down to Beatty. 3 on the way. Rainbow off the back of the rim. Rebound on the right block and getting hammered with Soria on top of the rebounder on the right block. That was Jeremy Sombrano with his second rebound. Soria picks up a cheap foul there, his second, and the second, or make it the first team foul on the Eagles here in the third. Inbound left corner, getting double teamed is Sombrano. Has to sail it high in the air to the near right sideline. Cross court to Palomino. Kicks it down left corner, front court to Saraceno. Drives the lane with the lefty runner off the back of the rim. Pulled down by Peña. That's his 5th rebound on 12 points. Up ahead to Turbiatis, dribbles to the middle of the lane. Pivots, kick out left to Beatty. Screen from Turbiatis, drives to the free throw line, leads and shoots with a scoop shot over the back of the rim, no good. Gets his own rebound on the left side, lefty layup and scores. Beatty's second effort, 6 points and 5 rebounds. He's had some great games here the last 2. Into the front court, a pass to Saraceno. Eagles by 13. Down the lane, left block. Scoop for Palomino off the back of the rim. Chased out the free throw line by Saraceno. His 9th rebound. Reverse layup, left miss, and Turbiatis rips it down. That's his 3rd rebound. Outlet to the near left sideline to Peña. Alley-oop backdoor. There's Henderson coming down with it, going back up with 2 hands in the left glass and scores. Great combination there. Peña, 3/4 court to Henderson for 7 total. Eagles by 15, their biggest lead, 36-21. Roswell in the front court, 3-point at the top by Palomino, nothing but net. No defender got out on him. 4 points for Palomino. That's the 5th tray for Roswell. Eagles still by 12, 6:10 left third. Pass to Soria in the front court, right wing. Fakes it 3, shoots it anyway. Air ball, barely clinks the rim, I believe, though. Underneath the hoop is Peña. Or correction, that was Saraceno with his 10th rebound. Puts it off to left corner. Another 3 shot for Sombrano this time and nails it. That's his 3rd tray of the ball game. He's got 9 points. 6 3-pointers for Roswell, starting to shoot the lights out. 9-point Eagle lead. Down to single digit, and Ross is going to call the timeout. The coach wants to talk to this team. They're giving up too many trays. That time there was a hand in the face of the shooter, Sombrano, but still great follow-through for the big shot from the left corner. 36-27, Roswell leading Hobbs, or Hobbs leading Roswell by 9. Back at 60 on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Back here at Task Arena after Hobbs Eagle timeout, they lead 36-27. Trays have helped out the Coyotes. 9 of 9 points for Sombrano been Trays, 3 out of the 4 for Palomino Trays, and 6 out of the 10 points for Saraceno Trays. Pass in the lane is stolen away from Henderson as it's picked up for Roswell by Saraceno. Throws it ahead to a layup now for Sombrano. He's got 11. That was the Eagles' 8 turnover right after their timeout. Not a way to get it going. Clay in the front court, leading by 7. To the lane, left elbow, pivoting, looking for help. Out of contention, finally coming to get it was Henderson. Throws it back deep to Beatty. Eagles definitely out of sync offensively. Unloads to Henderson on the right wing. Kicks it up top to Hernandez, who just checked in after the timeout. Bad pass to the left wing, stolen by Cloud. That's going to be the Eagles' 9th turnover. Sends it down left corner to Sombrano. Drives the baseline. Double team for Beatty, and Hernandez dribbles off the foot. And they're going to call the jump first, though, before it goes out of bounds. The arrow's going to go to Roswell. And, boy, the Eagles got to get themselves back on track offensively. It looks like they just can't get smooth transition with the ball either. And Soria's going to check back in for Hernandez. So giving up a little size there. And now Clay's going to exit as well. So it's Pena, Turbiantes, Beatty, Soria, and Henderson. Hobbs by 7, 36-29. Eagles only scored 6 points in the third, and 8 for Roswell. High inbound, far left wing, brought down by Cloud. Taking Beatty to the right side of the lane. Back in the left corner with a pass to Palomino. 3 on the way, off the side of the rim, over the top of the backboard. It goes out of bounds, luckily for the Eagles. Roswell continue to tank off those long shots. A couple of them coming from that deep left corner. The official throws the ball at Soria on the baseline and hits off his knee and rolls on the court. I thought for a second the ref was going to say it's going to be Roswell basketball, but he pulls it back in, luckily. So Soria will get a re-chance, throws it into Pena, gets it back, throws it across to Beatty front court, left wing. Underhands it up top to Soria. Dumps it to Turbiantes right corner, back to Soria right side. Takes a few dribbles and stops. Back deep to Pena. Clock to 4:40 left third. Eagles by 7. Back to Soria right wing. Cross court left to Beatty. Fakes a 3. Drives to the free throw line. Back to Soria right side. Dribbles the right corner. To Beatty on the right wing. Fires up a 3 and swishes it. Beatty getting the big job done there. 9 points now for him. Third 3-pointer for the Eagles. 39-29. Back to 10 at the other end. Shot on the left side rejected by Henderson. Shot was taken by Saraceno. The rebound brought down by Saraceno, his 11. Goes to the baseline left side, driving rack is Cloud. 2 defenders go up in the air for the Eagles and crash down. That's either Turbiantes or Henderson with the foul. The big boys getting involved on that one. They're going to call that on Turbiantes, his second team foul against the Eagles. And Cloud will be on the line. Cloud in the series against Hobbs this season. He is 16 of 24 from the charity stripe, 75%. Has not shot a free throw tonight. Roswell 3 of 4 for 75%, now 4 of 5 after the first make there. Cloud with 3 points now. That is about 10 points shy of his season average against Hobbs this season with the 3 games. So he's definitely been shut down just a bit. Of course, he had 18 on Monday. Second free throw good for Cloud. He's got 4. 39-31, Hobbs by 8. 4:10 left third quarter. Championship of the district. Into the front court, Soria with the handoff up top, gives it off to Beatty. Beatty comes around the right circle, tries to sling it down to the right corner, gets it knocked back to him by his defender, then throws up a shot. Sombrano with the rebound, actually correction that, Saraceno is 12, throws it up ahead to the right block to Palomino, fires it up top to Carrasco for 3, clicks out the front of the rim, rebound on the free throw line by Palomino. Sends it back to his guard, Sombrano at the timeline, stop and go to the left wing. Continues the free throw, scoop pass to Cloud of the paint, dumps it to the left corner to Carrasco, drives left baseline, double clutch, scoop, misses out the back of the rim, rebound Henderson, they're going to call a hip foul from behind. Looked like Carrasco put his shoulder down and came back at Henderson on the left block there underneath the hoop. Henderson looked like he was straight up, they called a hip foul. It's the second time they got him on that in the game. Third on Henderson, that'll be the 3rd team foul. They're not going to call that a shooting foul, but it will be Roswell basketball as Henderson talks to the official on the baseline. Not the guy that called it, though. Jacob Palomino to inbound left side. Bounces it in left wing to Martinez, who just checked in. Sends it back deep to Cloud left wing. Up top to Palomino. Crossover move to the free throw line. Left elbow. Head fake. Bounce pass. Backdoor. Wide open for the layup. Is Saraceno. He's got 12. His first bucket of the third quarter, though. Hobbs by 6, 39-33. Coming down the lane, left side, Pena leads and shoots before getting knocked down on the baseline. They're going to call the foul on the drive, though, so I don't think they're going to count this layup. He just put his head down and went hard. So they're not going to let him shoot free throws on that one. They call the foul first against Cloud, his second team foul. Boy, does Pena have a quick first step. He will go to the rack, and that head fake is going to put you to your shorts. Eagle basketball on the left baseline. Soria to inbound. Wheeler's checked in. Pena stays on the court. Beatty and Turbiatis. They got all 4 of the blocks covered in the lane on the inbound. Surrey on the left baseline. Gets it in left corner. Pena going to spot up a 3 off the side of the rim. On the left block, rebound for Saraceno. Continues to rip him down. Actually, correction, that was Martinez in his first rebound. Does it across the timeline, left wing to Palomino. No look pass left corner. 3 on the way for Gonzalez out the back of the rim. Pena comes down with it. And we got a rebounding foul. So Saraceno picks up the foul push, his second, third team foul. Pena with his 6th rebound. He is the leader on the glass so far. Both teams now at 3 fouls apiece. And it's a 39-33 ball game. Hobbs by 6. Eagles have only scored 9 in the third and 12 for Roswell. Surrey will come across the timeline, gives over to Beatty left wing. He's going to dribble, bounce, pass it down low to Wheeler, left block, spins, goes to the hoop, lefty. They're going to call a charge. Wheeler loves that spin, and sometimes he kind of puts his shoulder down as he goes to the rack with it. They got him on that one. And now Coach Ross is showing the flop signal to the official. Not the defender just flopped to the ground there. Unfortunately, that's Wheeler's first. 14 foul, 1 away from the double bonus, and that'll go down as the 10th turnover as well. Inbound to the timeline, bringing it across Palomino, one-hand bounce pass. Martinez goes to rack, misses a lefty layup. Rebound by Wheeler. Outlet far right, silent Payne in the front court. Leads and shoots in the right block. He gets hammered going up, leading towards the hoop. Good thing he caught his balance as he came underneath the hoop that time because he was airborne. Didn't want to see him crash the court there. They get the foul. And that's going to be against Gonzalez. He's done that a couple of times in this game. Missed a layup or bad pass and then fouls right after that. Third on Gonzalez. And that'll be the 14th foul. Both teams 1 away for the double bonus. Pena will get his 2 free throws. First one's up and good. Pena now is 1 of 3 for the charity stripe. Don't hear that very often. 33%, but has a leading score of 13 for both teams. 12 for Saraceno for Roswell and 11 for Zambrano. Second free throw good for Pena now with 14. The leader on both teams. 41-33, Eagles by 8. Pass down to the front court to Saraceno. Left baseline. Bangs into Pena as he backed into him. No call. Pena hits the floor. Ball came out the back of the rim. It goes out of bounds. Trying to save it on the right baseline was Palomino. Boy, you call Wheeler at one end for backing into your defender and knocking him out. That happened to Pena that time. The butt coming back at him in the middle of the paint, knocking him to the floor. He was behind the shooter, too, so there's no way he could have came into the shooter. Payne in the front court. Throws a shoulder at his defender. Got to be careful about that against Gonzalez. Unloads to Soria, right wing. Dumps it to Payne. Free throw line. Over to Wheeler. Left corner. Wide open 3 off the front of the rim. No good. Soria tries to tip it out, but right to Roswell. On the left wing is Palomino. Into the front court. A spin move. Stumbling around. No travel call on the left wing. No look pass to the right wing to Gonzalez. Tries baseline high. Shot at the rim. No good. Turbiatis rebounds on the baseline. For Jay Iris, that's his 4th. He brings it in the front court off the dribble. Left wing, 2 minutes left in the third. Hands out to Pena left side for 3. Bouncing off the rim 2, 3 times. It comes off. No good. I think Roswell got the last tip, though. It goes out on the baseline. I thought that thing was going to drop through the cylinder, but it did not stay in the hole. Hobbs basketball on the base underneath their hoop with an 8-point lead. 1:55 left third quarter. And a sub coming in for Roswell. That's Carrasco. 24 rebounds for the Eagles. And 23 for Roswell. 3 difference, Hobbs plus 3. Surrey on the right baseline. Gets it in to right block. Pena leads and shoots. Comes in and out again. Rebound Surrey at right block. He goes up with a hook shot. It comes off the iron and rolls down on the left baseline. Comes off a Hobbs Eagles head, and it will be Roswell ball. Surrey did a good job of rebounding on the right block. Just couldn't get the touch off the glass there. Kind of shot put it in. That is his 3rd board, but it's Roswell basketball. Another sub checking in for Roswell. That's the coach's son, Trey Barola. And it will be Eagles playing some full court D, a 1-2-1-1 full court trap. Wheeler will be the safety valve way back in the other end of the court in the paint. Clay's going to return now for Soria. Clay has 3 points in the first half. And it's going to be inbound for Carrasco left base, gets it in. Far left corner, backcourt to Zambrano. Going to take Clay across the timeline. Crossover move, stripped by Clay at the time stripe, but knocks it out to the scores table. I don't even think that Zambrano knew he got pickpocketed there. It was like a cartoon. The ball stayed at the half court. He kept running up the sideline. Luckily, it went out for him, or it would have been a Hobbs ball. Inbound comes into Zambrano on the left wing. He'll back into the timeline off the dribble. Scoop pass off the right side to Barola. Top of the circle against Wheeler. The two big kids taking it on. Unload to Crosco right wing. Dump it down right corner to Sombrano. 3. Don't let him open. He's going to nail it, which he does again. That's his 4th tray of the ball game. He's got 14. 7 trays for Roswell. Down by 5, though. Hobbs up 41-36. 1:20 left, third quarter. Here comes Clay. Right elbow. Backdoor to Wheeler. Goes up strong with a double clutch. Is fouled. Counted it. He got the defender up in the air with a great head fake. Sailing over the top of him. The defender hits the hardwood. Saraceno, and the foul. He's going to be laying flat on his stomach now. He got hurt on that one. Wheeler with his first bucket. Saraceno with his 3rd foul, 5th on the Coyotes, and he's still flat on the baseline. He's moved over to his back now, and a trainer's coming across the court to help out on that one. Eagles by 7, and that'll put Wheeler on the line, his first bucket of the ball game. Amron Wheeler from the charity stripe in this series with Roswell has not shot a free throw. He's only had a couple of buckets against Roswell, one in 2 different games, but right now he's matched his points, and he'd like to make it 3 here. Would be his best scoring against Roswell. Saraceno's still flat on his back. They could ill afford to lose him with 12 points in the game. He's their 2nd leading scorer. They're going to help him off the court. He ended up on his stomach first, and it took a little bit for him to turn over on his back. He tried to block that Wheeler shot. Wheeler came down with the basketball, got a head fake, got him high up in the air, and then just came on top of him like a saddle. Kind of got flipped over the top there, landed straight flat on the ground there on his stomach. And he's going to take the long walk to the other end of the court to the Roswell bench. So that'll put Wheeler on the line as both coaches trying to get their teams regrouped here. Eagles have 4 for 7 free throw shooting so far. Against Roswell on Monday in that pre-playoff game, Eagles went 10 of 15 for 66%. So Wheeler wants to make it 1 for 1 for him on the line. His shot is up, and it is hard off the glass, and then comes into the hole. Count it. Wheeler now with 3 points. 44-36, Eagles by 8, 1:10 left here in the third. Coming across the timeline is Jalen Cloud. He'll slow it down against an extended 2-3 zone for the Eagles. Coming back to get the ball on the right side at Barola. Driving right to left, top of the circle. Unloads back to right corner, right wing to Sombrano. Back to the timeline off the dribble. Coming to get it is Cloud. To the left wing, to Barola. Down to the left corner, wide open for a 3 is Martinez. Air ball, and a big ricochet of the ball hits Payne in the chest. It looked like it also touched Sombrano for Roswell, but they're giving it to Roswell underneath the hoop on the right baseline. Wow. Little pinball action there, kind of close. It's kind of hard to tell from this angle, but the Hobbs fans are booing on that one. But the official's going to take it off on the other baseline on the inbound. It happened on the right side. He's going to the left. How did you miss that one? Inbound coming from Palomino. Deep back to the far left to Cloud. Sends it down left corner to Sombrano. Bounce it back to Cloud. To the left elbow. Double team against him by Wheeler and Beatty. Beatty gets a strip. Turnover number 14. Coming down the lane. Pass it back door to Pena. He goes high in the air, but it's punched out of his hands by Cloud. Coach Ross wanted a foul call, but I think the ball was kind of loose up in the air, so it's kind of a no man's land there. Hobbs will get possession underneath their hoop. Again, that's the 14th turnover. Not a lot of turnovers for Roswell in this third quarter. Maybe 2 total. Hobbs has 10, so 4 less. Beatty will throw it back deep to Clay. Beatty got away with running the baseline. He shouldn't have done that. To Clay on the right wing. He comes down the lane with a lefty floater from the left block. No good off the back of the rim. Pulled down in transition by Sombrano. He comes up the middle of the court. Pass over to left corner to Barola, a little late, and knocked out by Beatty to that left corner baseline, out of bounds. Yeah, Beatty moved down the baseline on the inbound. He should have been solid right where he was at. Heard some Roswell fans screaming out there, but I guess the ref didn't catch that one. Amron Wheeler will take a seat, gets a nice round of applause, and Henderson returns. He'll try to guard the inbound. Inbounding left corner baseline is Palomino. Almost a 5-second count. They throw a high one into Carrasco. Comes down with it left wing. Sends it back deep to Cloud with 20 left here in the third. Gets a screen up top from Palomino. Drives right side, leads and shoots out the back of the rim. No good. Henderson held his ground and got the rebound. Great job there. His third board. Up ahead to Payne, middle of the court. Shake and bake. Spins. Kicks it Beatty, left wing. Drives the left elbow. Double clutches. Shot hits the bottom of the net and rolls out of bounds. He had a guy coming to block his shot. I believe that was Carrasco, and he was a little bit afraid of that. So he kind of shot low, and it went and hit the bottom of the net from the bottom, not the top. 44-36, 1 second. Cloud will shoot the buzzer, half-court shot. Luckily an air ball. Nobody got at him that time. That could have been an easy stroke for 3, but not going to happen for Roswell. Your Hobbs Eagles hold on to an 8-point lead at the end of 3. The district tournament championship at Tasker. Hobbs 44, Roswell 36, back in 60. We head to the fourth quarter of the District Tournament Championship here at Tasker Arena. Your Hobbs Eagles lead the Roswell Coyotes 44-36. Hobbs had 14 points in the third, a total of 15 for Roswell plus 1 over the Eagles. Roswell had 14, Sombrano 12 for Saraceno, who went down injured. Eagles led with Peñas 14, 9 for Beatty, 7 for Henderson, and 6 for Turbiatis. Eagle ball to start the fourth, top of the arc. Beatty dribbles the right wing and stops. Up top to Henderson, hands it back to Beatty. Dribbles the left wing, down to Soria, left corner for 3, and nails it, the sophomore. Big hit for Soria. He's got 5 points. The fourth trade for the Eagles in this one. They lead by 11. A double-digit lead. Into the front court, top of the arc is Sombrano. Bounce pass, right wing to Palomino. Drives to the free throw line on the hippity hop. Pivots, kick out, right wing. Barola, the coach's son, hits a 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Beatty in transition, is 6th board. Drives the lane, gets stripped as he tries to pick the ball up on the left block to go to the rack. And it'll go out on the baseline. Boy, good game for Beatty. 9 points and 6 rebounds. Of course, against Roswell Monday, 15 points and 4 rebounds. So he's already beat his rebounding mark. Now working on the points. Inbound to Henderson, left elbow. Backdoor to Beatty. Double clutch on the left glass. It comes off the rim, no good. Rebound on the right block, pulled down by Carrasco, his 4th board. Gives it back to Cloud. He'll bring it across the timeline. Tapping his head for the play call. Gets a screen from Barola, right wing. Up top, backs it out to Barola on the right side. Down to the right corner, pivoting is Palomino to the baseline. Almost goes out of bounds, zigs it over to left wing to Cloud, comes down the lane, double clutch off the left glass, and is fouled. They're going to say Turbiatis got a piece of him on that one. He was coming from the backside left of the lane to try to help out on the drive to the hoop. So they'll call the foul on Turbiatis, his 3rd. And that'll be the first team foul here in the fourth quarter. That'll put Cloud on the line. He's perfect, 2 for 2. And the free throw's been few and far between for Roswell, or Hobbs for that matter. Roswell 5 of 6, now make it 5 of 7 as Cloud misses the first. He stays at 4 points. So Sombrano and Saraceno combined for 26 of the 36 points that Roswell scored. That leaves only 10 out there. And again, we mentioned Peñas 14 out of the 47 for the Eagles. One more shot for Cloud. Deep knee bend that time to kind of draw the Eagles up. Misses off the left rim. Rebound by Henderson. That's his 4th board. Outlet to Peña in the far left. 6:50 left here in the fourth. Hobbs by 11. Peña comes across the time stripe, slowing it down. Screen up top from Turbiatis against a triple team. To Turbiatis on the right wing. He'll hand it off to, no, he fakes the head off to Soria, uses up the dribble and gives back to Soria on the far right sideline. Sliding left off the dribble, wide open Beatty on the left corner for a 3 off the pass, in and out, no good. Chased down on the far left sideline by Saraceno with 13 rebounds and 12 points. He's got a double-double. Pass to the timeline, bringing it across Palomino, crossover, over to left wing, to Saraceno for 3, and fades it through, count it. Saraceno with 15, that's the 8th tray for Roswell, and his 3rd tray of the ball game. Down low to Henderson with a shot on the left, goes back up, is fouled from behind. Ball comes off the iron, so 2 shot attempts for Henderson. He's not giving up, he's got 5 boards, and a chance for some free throws here. Saraceno has just picked up his 4th foul. He was the kid that was sprawled out on his stomach and his back earlier in the 3rd quarter towards the end there. And he's one away from DQ and the leading scorer with 15 who just hit that tray seconds ago. Henderson on the charity stripe, 1 for 2. That was back in the 2nd quarter where he had 5 of his 7 points. Free throws rolling around the rim and out. No good. He'll get one more here. Henderson scored 14 on Monday against Roswell on 7 rebounds. 6:13 left, fourth quarter, 47-39 Hobbs. Second shot for Henderson, a high one this time and good. He's got 8 points. 2 of 4 from the line now. 48-39, 9-point lead. Hobbs with 6:10 remaining. Slowing it up is Cloud across the time stripe. 2-3 zone for Hobbs. Threw the ball too quickly and almost took the head off of Saraceno off his fingertips and out of bounds. He kind of dodged his head at the last second. That'll be the 15th turnover. And immediately Coach Barola takes him out. I think he's feeling the effects of that body slam that he did earlier in the 3rd quarter. Again, 15 Roswell turnovers. Payne in the front court gets a couple of screens, finds Soria right corner, drives baseline, wrap around pass to Henderson in the middle of the paint, double hand slam over the front of the rim. Henderson now with 10 points, a double point production. 50-39, Hobbs back up by 11. Cloud facing the 2-3 zone now in the front court for Roswell Zoe. Coming to get the ball on the right side is Carrasco outside the circle. Touch pass, right corner, driving lane, Palomino. Double clutch, they're going to call a push off there. They're going to say Palomino shoved off on the defense that time. got some hands, it looked like, on Pena. Coach Barola's out of the court, yelling at the official. I guess they might get a timeout out of this. Almost was a tee there. That'll be Palomino's second, the offensive foul, and the second team foul on the Coyotes. And Coach Barola's got some earful now for the official. We'll take a quick break. Hobbs up by 11, 50-39. Back in 30 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network. $50 to 39, your Hobbs Eagles leading the district tournament championship by 11 over Roswell. 2 wins and 1 loss for Hobbs versus Roswell. They came into this game, in terms of the series in the 3 contests, outscoring Roswell 78 to 73. That was the average, so about a 5-point differential there. They out-rebounded Roswell in the 3 previous games, 87 to 65, so 22 there. So they leading in points, leading in rebounds. Free throws, though, Roswell had 88 free throw attempts up to this game, only 37 for the Eagles. Hobbs shot 78%, and Roswell at 79.5, so free throws in their advantage. Turnovers, Hobbs had 3 less than Roswell up to this game, and right now it's 15 turnovers for Roswell, just 10 for the Eagles. So lots of the stats are leading in the Hobbs Eagle win here, who are up by 11, 5:30 remaining. Pena with the spin move at the timeline in the front court. Go over to Turbiatis right wing, hands it back to Pena right side. Backs out to the far right sideline. Pass up top to Soria. NBA 3 is good. The sophomore, his second tray here in the second half. He has got 8 points. That's the 5th tray of the game for the Eagles, up by 14. Their biggest lead was 15 earlier. Driving the lane, Palomino tries a reverse on the left side. Good D by Henderson off the rim. Rebound, Turbiatis goes the coast with it on the pass. Baseline to baseline, layup on the right side for Pena. 16 points, and that's 5 rebounds for Turbiatis. Eagles up by 16, their biggest lead of the ball game. Going down the lane, double clutch for Cloud on the left side block. He tried to lean to the hoop. They call the fouls. Henderson and Turbiatis, they've been getting together on D quite a bit in this game, and Henderson better be careful, kind of getting some words from the official, although they called that on Turbiatis. That's his 4th personal, 2nd team foul on the Eagles, and here goes the line again. Cloud, he missed his last 2, though. He's 2 for 4. Roswell 5 of 8 from the charity stripe. Again, not the best numbers there coming into this contest against the Eagles at 78%. 79.5%. Hobbs was at 78 previously. Missed the free throw. He's missed his last 3 here. And now it's going to be Wheeler returning for Turbiatis for Hobbs. Of course, Turbiatis with the 4 fouls. One more shot for Cloud. Eagles holding on to a 16-point lead with 4:52 remaining. Shouldn't say holding on. They're building the lead here as we move along. Second shot for Cloud off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound Wheeler, who just checked in. That's his second rebound. Down court to Beatty. Reverse layup left with 2 hands. As he missed the shot, he got rammed into from behind. Carrasco steamrolled him, although they might have called that on Cheeto instead. Foul nonetheless, and Beatty was off to the races that time. I love to see this kid get in the transition game where his effectiveness is very apparent out there. They call that against Cheeto. First personal, 3rd team foul, and Beatty on the line. His first free throw attempts of the ball game. He's shooting 100% against Roswell in the 3 games prior. 2 for 2, now making 3 for 3 there. He now has 10 points, trying to get to a double-double with 6 rebounds. Beatty coming into the game on the season at 70%. So moving up the numbers there with that made free throw. And the lead now 17, the biggest against Roswell in this game. Going to try to make it 18 with the second. Wheeler, Soria, Pena, and Henderson on the court. Free throw shooter is Beatty. Second shot is up, and it is a swish. He's got 11. 2 for 2 on the line. 57 to 39. Biggest lead is 18. Here comes Cloud across the time stripe against the 2-3 zone for the Eagles. Fake the pass left, goes right instead to Sombrano, guarded by Pena. Back deep to the timeline to Gonzalez. Unloads the Cloud left wing. Dumps it left elbow to Palomino. Leads and shoots on the runner. Blocked by Henderson. Rebound by Palomino. Spins in the paint. Stripped away by Wheeler. Picked up by Pena. Turner number 16. Backdoor to Beatty on the right side of the lane. Misses the layup. Loose and brought down on the right block for Roswell. Pulled down by Sombrano. His 4th. Comes down the lane. No look pass. Scoop pass to the left block. Shot is up and good for Carrasco. Just kind of pushed it over the rim. His 4th point of the ball game. 57-41. 16-point Eagle lead, though, double digits with 4:05 remaining. The Eagles winning the regular season, trying to end the tournament. Spin move for Pena left side is stripped away by Cloud. That's turnover number 11. Cloud tries to go to the hoop, rejected by Henderson. That's about his 6th block of the ball game. Not official numbers, but he's getting up there. It gets knocked out to the baseline, actually the near right sideline, so it will be Roswell ball. Not in Henderson's house, especially if you're Cloud at 5'9" versus the 7-footer. Wheeler will come out, and Soria back in for the Eagles. Inbounding on the near right sideline. Front court, Palomino gets it in right wing to Cloud. Up top to Gonzalez. Sling it left. Over to Sombrano. Top of the circle to Palomino. Drives to the free throw line. Hippity hop. Scoop shot against Henderson. Rolls out the back of the rim. Henderson rips it down. Roswell wanted to foul. Not going to get it. That's his 6th board. Up ahead to Beatty, who tried to pull it down middle of the paint. He looked like he might have got his arm stripped. Ball came loose. And there's a whistle on the floor. Crowd is reacting a lot louder than I expect for just a simple foul. Maybe a tech out. Yep, a tech. I thought they were a little bit too loud for just a simple foul call. And we'll go against possibly Coach Barola, who's way out on the court now. Stomping around, not a happy camper. Haven't heard who it's against yet. It will be at least a team technical, 5 or 4 total there. I don't know who they called against. Missed the free throw on the tech, though, for Pena on the first one. He hasn't had the best free throw shooting night. He is 2 for 5 for 40%, does have 16 points currently, leading the Eagles, though. Second shot is Swish. He's got 17. Still haven't heard who that's against. Trying to check the numbers on the scoreboard right now to see if anybody's been added one. They didn't announce who that was against, but I told you Coach Barola was way out on the court that time. The guys that are on the scoreboard all have the fouls that they had before, so I'm not sure. Maybe that was Barola. 58-41, Eagles by 17. In the front court, Pena drives the lane, palms it, goes to the rack with a finger roll. Thought he was going to tomahawk jam and pulled up and just rolled it instead. Great play for Pena. He's got 19 to lead both teams, and Hobbs by 19. Coming down the lane, Carrasco goes high, rejected by Henderson on the left glass, gets the rebound as well, and that will be his 7th board and 7th block shot. Tries to give it to Pena, left block, fumbles the ball, stolen away by Sombrano, throws it down to Cloud, who's rejected again, and here comes Clay. Boy, number 7 on the block shots, to make it 8 for Henderson, and there's a foul on the drive on the left side. That'll stop the clock at 3:03 remaining. Eagles by 19, and that'll be charged to Isaac Gonzalez, his 4th, 15th foul. Hobbs in the double bonus and can extend the lead to 21 with 2 free throws for Clay here. Clay is 1 for 1 on a and 1 earlier in the game. He has 3 points off that play. And again, 19-point Eagle lead. So, boy, about 8 block shots for Parker Henderson in this game. Also has 8 rebounds to his name. And here we go with Clay. Free throws up and good. Clay with 4 points. Clay coming into this game had 4 points in one contest, 2 against Roswell in Monday's victory. So 6 overall. Now add what he's got tonight with the 4. Now make it 5 as he's 3 for 3 on the line now with 5 points. 62-41. Eagles' biggest lead now 21 against number 4 ranked Roswell. Ball comes to Carrasco at the timeline, brings it across, scoop pass right wing to Gonzalez. Down to Cloud on the right elbow. Pivots, leads, and shoots towards the rim and is fouled. Kind of ducked under Soria going towards the right side of the rack and gets the foul call. That's Soria's 3rd personal, 3rd team foul. Stops the clock with 2:52 remaining, and Eagles still up 62-41. Both teams will have a home game more than likely next week. Hobbs for sure on Saturday night. The Lady Eagles, who won big earlier in a Mercy Rule game, will play as well Friday night for their first round game. And now at the table, getting ready to check in is McGahey, but first we'll have the Jalen Cloud free throws. And boy, Coach Barola is getting told to sit down as he's getting a stomping action on the baseline. And one official looked like they were getting ready to say, you might have to leave this game if you get one more tech. I saw some hand signals from the scoring table official who's back behind the free throw. So now Coach will sit down. He had the tech earlier, so he can't get up, and when he's commenting about the game and going after the officials, that's when they will make you sit. On the line is Cloud. He's missed his last 4 free throws here in the 4th quarter. He's 2 for 6 now from the charity stripe. First shot is up and good. 5 points now for Cloud. As he mentioned, up until this game, Roswell was 70 of 88 against the Eagles from the free throw line in 3 contests. 70 of 88 for 79.5%. Not tonight. Not even close to that 79% free throw shot selection there. One more shot for Cloud is in and out, no good. Missed another one. This time pulled down at the free throw line by Payne. He tries to spin, though. Ricochets and gets it back. Henderson does, or make it Hernandez. Pena had his 7th rebound. Pass across the timeline to Clay on the left wing. Crosses it through 2 defenders. Lost the ball at the free throw line. Picks it up on the right wing. Tries to throw it back to McGahey. Stolen at the timeline by Cloud. He goes to rack. Reverse layup right side and scores. And Pena on his arm. Counted for a 3-point play potential. So the Eagles getting their 12th turnover. Cloud getting a bucket. And Pena picking up the foul. That's Pena's first foul of the ball game. And the 14th foul against the Eagles, so Cloud will get a chance for a 3-point play. He's got 7 points right now, but is only 3 of 7 from the charity stripe. We mentioned that Cloud averaged 13.3 against the Eagles in the 3 previous games. And again tonight, just single digits. Or single digit, and he makes the free throw. 8 points for Jalen Cloud, Eagles by 17. Payne will slow it down as he comes across Cloud on the timeline, down the lane. Double clutch down the middle of the paint, off the back in front of the rim, no good. Tipped up by Payne with 2 hands on the left side and scores. Pena now has 21, gets his 8th rebound. And here comes the Coyotes, who are down by 19. Shot up top for Cloud, a 3-pointer, even though with the hand in the face by Turbiatis. He's got 11 now, does Cloud. It's 64-48 Eagles, 2 minutes remaining. Top of the arc, Pena slides down the lane, scoop shot left side off the rim, no good. Hernandez battling for it, goes back up, clinks the rim, gets his rebound, goes back up, double clutch and scores over the front of the iron. So a couple of rebounds for Hernandez. He's got 5 rebounds and now his first bucket. 66-48, 18-point Eagle lead. In the front court, left wing, Sombrano. Bounce pass, left block to Crosco. Leads and shoots out the back of the iron. Picked up by Cloud on the right block. He goes back up on the glass and misses. Ball loose on the baseline. It goes out of bounds. Hobbs ball. Clock stopped with 1:33 remaining. 4 subs coming in for Roswell, so Coach Barola kind of cleaning house now. And some of these guys have played in this game. Turbiatis going to take a seat. He's probably his first last action of the game. 6 points and 5 rebounds for Jay Iris. McGahey in the game. Hernandez, Beatty. Both Beatty's on the court now. As Brock getting a chance here, gets a pass up top, drives to the free throw line, turns and shoots, air ball, rebound by Hernandez on the baseline, his 6th board, gives to Beatty, Brock Beatty, fade away from the left block off the back of the rim, long rebound, and in transition with the ball is Martinez. Sends it to the left corner, 3 on the way for Gonzalez out the back of the rim, saving on the baseline, but back to Beatty for the Eagles, his 7th board. Gives it out to McGahey deep and to Payne at the time stripe near left sideline with 1 minute remaining. Slowing it down in front of the Taskovich band. Spin move. Gets a screen from Braddock Beatty. Weaving through traffic. Turns and fires in the left block. It's swatted. And a nice block there by Roswell underneath the hoop by Martinez. Hobbs basketball, though. Wheeler's going to check in for Hobbs as Braddock Beatty will see his last action. He's got 11 points in the game and 7 rebounds. Another solid performance for Braddock Beatty. Back-to-back at the win against Roswell on Monday as well with his 16 then. McGahey to inbound left baseline underneath the Eagles' hoop. Finds Hernandez left corner. Drives the left block. Double clutch. Runs over his defender. They call the charge. Ran right over the top of Frankie Anaya. So Hernandez going to only pick his first foul up, 15th foul, and will be the 13th turnover for the Eagles, who do lead by 18. Of course, Hobbs winning by 8 on Monday. And they won the first game, 91-73 here at Tasker. That was an 18-point win. Into the front court, top of the arc. Gonzalez gets stripped by McGahey. He'll take it to the rack with the righty layup and scores. Amari McGahey, great time to get one in there before the buzzer. Leading by 20 now, 68-48, 20 remaining. Cheeto bobbles the ball in the front court left wing, taken by Clay. Another turn for Roswell. Clay will take it to the rack, double clutch on the right layup and scores. Clay now with 7 points. 70-48 on 18 Roswell turnovers. Up the near sideline, it's Gonzalez. Sends it down to the right wing to Barola. Fumbles it in the lane. Picked up and put back up on the right block by Anaya and scores off the glass right side. His first bucket. 70-50. Half-court shot at the buzzer by McGahey. No good. Your Hobbs Eagles with a big win tonight. 70-50. Win by 20 over Roswell. They won the regular season, and now they are the district tournament champs over the Coyotes. We'll take a 3-minute break, come back with a Hobbs Eagle postgame show, live on the radio at Cool 95.7, on the internet, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube Hobbs Sports page, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. Welcome back to Tasker Arena. Your Hobbs Eagles District Tournament champs tonight, 70-50 over Roswell as they get their third win against the Coyotes, 2 in the same week. Hobbs running their record to 23-4 now, or makes it 24-4 on the season as Roswell drops to 21-7. Hobbs definitely will be at least the number 2 seed at the first round of the state tournament next week, the first round of the playoffs here in Hobbs Tasker Arena. Roswell kind of on the bubble in terms of finding out whether they get a top 8 seed to be able to host a game next week. They just announced the all-district team for the Hobbs Eagles, getting 4 players on that squad, and actually 3 players, I should say. J. Iris Turbiatis, Parker Henderson, and Abraham Pena, 3 of the players on that team right now. And they're getting ready to also announce the District Coach of the Year, and that's going to be Ronald Ross. So Turbiatis, Henderson, and Pena on the first team district, and of course Coach Ross in his first full year as the head coach. Nice little honor for him. Also should mention too, Braddock Beatty made the district second team, so 4 players getting honors on the court right now, along with 4 Roswell players. Again, 70-50 to final here in the championship of the district tournament. Looking at the numbers for Roswell, not as much of production we've seen in some of the other games this season against the Eagles, but a double-double for Rylan Saraceno. He finished with 15 points and 13 rebounds, so a double-double for him. Also had 3 trays in the ballgame out of the 8 that Roswell able to convert in this contest. Jeremy Sobrano finished with 14 points. He had 4 trays in the game, and 11 for Jalen Cloud. Not the best free throw shooting night for him, though. He was 4 for 9 in the contest and finished with 2 rebounds. Other scores for Roswell included Zai Carrasco with 4 points, perfect on the line, 2 for 2 and 4 boards. Jacob Palomino finished with 4 points, 1 of 2 from the line, hit a tray, and had 4 rebounds. And that was about it for scoring for Roswell, 5 in the books. And Isaac Gonzalez came off the bench for a rebound. Josh Martinez had 2 boards as well. Missed one other player. Frankie Anaya hit a bucket for 2, so 6 scores in the game for Roswell. They went 7 of 13 from the free throw stripe for 53% and hit 8 3-pointers in the ball game. Their undoing, though, was 18 turnovers in the contest, although Hobbs had 18 as well, but they had a double-digit lead through much of that fourth quarter. Rebounding in the hands of the Eagles, 39-30, but for Roswell, Rylan Saraceno, the leader, with 13 boards, and it was 4 apiece for Carrasco, Zambrano, and Palomino. Looking at your Hobbs Eagle numbers, the leader was, of course, Abraham Pena. He is the MVP of the district as well, had 21 points, 3 for 6 free throw shooting, and a couple of trays to his name. Also importantly, 8 rebounds for the Eagles. With 11 points, Braddock Beatty, good game for him as well, hit a tray, went 2 for 2 from the line, and had 7 rebounds. 10 points for Parker Henderson, the big man, with those 8 rebounds, so getting close to a double-double. He also went 2 for 4 from the charity stripe. Amari McGay, or make that Lyric Soria, the starter today, the sophomore guard. He had 8 points, hit 2 trays, and was perfect from the charity stripe at 2 for 2. Josiah Clay coming off the bench for 7 points, perfect on the line, 3 for 3. Also, Amron Wheeler getting some time off the bench as well. He had 3 points, 1 of 1 from the line, perfect, and 2 rebounds. Jairus Turbiatis with 6 points, all coming in the first quarter. Did not score after that, but did also have 5 rebounds. It was Javen Hernandez getting a chance to get some rebounding action with 6 boards and 2 points for the Eagles. And that should just about wrap it up. Oh, look, one more. Amari McGahey got a steal and a layup for the Eagles late in the game in the fourth quarter. He finished with 2 points. Hobbs had 9 scorers in the game. They were 12 of 17 for the charity stripe for 70%. They matched the same amount of turnovers as Roswell. Or correction, no, I'm sorry. I was jumping the gun here. They had 13 turnovers, 5 less than Roswell. I was adding another 5 there, which I shouldn't have done. So 13 versus 18 on the turnovers, 5 less. That's a lot better showing than they had the last time against the Coyotes. And the Eagles finish up with 5 trays compared to 8 for the Coyotes. Eagles were up 17-8 at the end of the first. They added 13 in the second to the 13 for Roswell, so they held on to their 9-point lead at the half, 30-21. Eagles were outscored in the third, 15-14, but were up by 8. And the final quarter, 26-14, 26-14 in the fourth, 12 more than Roswell, and got the 20-point win, 70-50. Of course, the Eagles beat Roswell the first time they played here at Tasker, 91-73. Lost by 10 in that game up in Roswell, 79-69. That was a game the Eagles were outshot on the line, 42 free throw attempts to 10 in that contest. And, of course, they won on Monday night, 76-68 in the pre-playoff game where the Eagles got the #1 seed for this district tournament. So Hobbs winning by 20. Again, now 24-4 on the season. And the Roswell Coyotes will enter into the tournament look here for tomorrow at 21-7. They were the #4 team in the Max Preps Bowl. Hobbs checked in tonight at #2. So it'll be kind of interesting to see what happens in the movement of Roswell. Of course, they finished second in the district. Hobbs, I think, got pretty much a clinch on second. I don't think they're going to ever give that over, #1 seed to Hobbs, especially after they lost to the #1 team, Volcano Vista. Although it was a close game, Hobbs up by double digits in that one at the APS Metro tournament back in January. Ended up losing only by 7. So that's definitely giving a scare, probably the biggest scare of the season for Volcano Vista. So, again, I still think that's not going to be enough. So second place to them was not something you can throw away and say it wasn't worth it. But they will have the #2 seed. That will keep them out of the same bracket side as Volcano Vista, put them down in the lower bracket, and Volcano Vista will have that #1 seed. But, again, that's speculation, but I don't think you can do anything else other than that. Roswell, on the other hand, at #4, could have a little slippage there. I don't think they're going to go beneath 8, so I think they will be home next week. Again, they're ranked 4, so they're nothing to sneeze at either, and did beat Hobbs one time this season. Should also mention, too, that the Hobbs Lady Eagles victorious tonight, as expected. Question mark was, were they going to play Carlsbad or Clovis? They did get Clovis, who's ranked 8th in the Max Preps poll up to this game, beating Clovis 69-27, a 42-point win here at Tasker earlier tonight for the Mercy Roll win. Mahika, trying to mix up one of our boys' players with her. Mahika had the first district team. She made that roster. Also, Kendall Cunningham, Brent Hargrove, and Ariana Armitage. So 4 of the Hobbs Lady Eagles making the all-district team. And the MVP, #5 on the list, is Brett Clay, the best player in the district, according to coaches, etc., that made the voting on that. So congratulations to Lady Eagles, undefeated in district. They won the regular season, also won the district tournament championship earlier tonight, 69-27. So congrats to Coach Carpenter and the rest of the squad. So looking at the Max Preps poll to finish up the season, the regular season, I don't think they have an update with the district tournaments because not all teams got to their championship games. But the last Max Preps poll that we saw that came out, I believe, on Friday after the final pre-playoff game, etc., still had the Eagles at #2. The question is, will there be any more movement? Right now, Volcano Vista sits at #1, Hobbs at #2, Sandia at #3. Hobbs and Sandia have been at those 2 spots for quite a bit of the season. We mentioned Roswell at #4. Then it's Albuquerque High at 5, Oregon Mountain at 6. I don't think there's going to be much change there. Both those teams were 21-5 entering tonight. Then you have a little bit of a drop-off in win-loss records as Cleveland at #7. I think they might inch their way into a home game next week. La Cueva at #8. Now, Cleveland and La Cueva both have a 17-9 record heading into tonight, so they're real close neck and neck in terms of records there. And it'll be this kind of a crapshoot to see who's going to move on to get the higher seed. Cibola checks in at #9 with an 18-10 record, pending a game this week. Santa Fe at #10 at 19-9. Their strength of schedule is kind of lower than quite a bit of the top 10, so I don't know how they're going to move here in the last checkup of the records, etc. Atrisco Heritage at #11 with a 17-10 record. It's Farmington at #12 at 19-9, a team the Eagles already picked off. Rio Rancho at #13, another win for the Eagles at the Artesia tournament earlier this season. They're 15-12, just above 500. Carlsbad from the Hobbs Eagle District. Kind of wonder if they're going to make the tournament or not. They didn't make the district tournament championship, and last year when the Hobbs Eagles were in the same boat, they did not make the state tournament and did not make the district tournament championship. So Carlsbad's a bubble team. I think they're going to slip in there, maybe 15, maybe 16. Las Cruces at #15, a 15-11 record. They got tradition for the playoffs. They've been in some state championships. They might give them a bone to get in that lineup. And then West Mesa, a team the Eagles beat at the APS Metro tournament, they're at #16 at 16-11. Now, the rest of the teams beneath 16 are under 500 records. Now, district tournament championships, that could kind of inch them in. But it looks like, I think the 1 through 16 might be pretty solid. They might move them around a little bit, but I don't know if they're going to have any of the bottom feeders in the top 20 moving up. El Dorado, Clovis, Centennial, and Mayfield all under 500 on those next slots, 17 through 19. So, again, those are what we got tonight. There's some games going on with district tournament championships, but pretty much put your money on the fact the Hobbs Eagles at number 2. Know for sure that they will have that home game next week on Saturday. Friday night will be the Hobbs Lady Eagles with the number 1 ranking in the Max Preps Bowl. So, been a very victorious night here at Tasker Arena as the Hobbs Eagles get the win, 70-50. The district tournament champions, the regular season champions, along with the Hobbs Lady Eagles. We'll have our coverage next week, Friday night. Usually they start those first-round playoff games at 6 o'clock. That's been the tradition. We'll wait to see if that happens. And then, of course, Saturday night, the Hobbs boys will be on the court as well. So lots more basketball to come here at Tasker Arena. I'd like to thank Manuel back at the station, and also Allison Friend on camera, Jessica Friend on the scoreboard. We had lots of fun here tonight at Tasker Arena. We'll see you Friday and Saturday with our next playoff coverage of the Hobbs tournament as they move on to the first round for state. Have a great rest of a weekend out there.
Clear?
Thanks a lot, man.
All right,
Have a good one.
Goodbye.